All right, so we have an equation y equals x plus 8. Um, the first quadrant is the only one that shows up here, which is fine. But your two parts that you need to be able to graph is to find your m and your b, and then we're going to make our first point at our b, and then we're going to use our m as our slope from that point. All right, and then we're going to connect the dots, and we got ourselves a straight line. So you got to have 2 points to have a straight line. In this situation, y equals x plus 8. 8 is our b, so that's going to be where it, and again, our b is our y-intercept. It's where our line crosses our y-axis. All right, and then from here, we're going to use our slope, which is 1. Right, and again, this one's kind of tricky because there's an invisible 1 as our coefficient here, but our coefficient is our slope. Tells us the change in y, how much we go up or down, divided by the change in x, how much we go left or right. Okay, and then that's it, right? And again, we can look at this. If x is 1, what's 1 plus 8 is 9. That gives us the ordered pair 1, 9. When x is 2, 2 plus 8 is 10. So that would give us the ordered pair 2, 10. So that gives us the relationship between the two. Let's do another one. All right, so 2x plus 5. M is 2, and our b is 5, plus 5. We always take the operation probably with it. So our first point is going to be at positive 5. And then our slope is 2, which means, again, not 2 over 2, but the whole number 2 as a fraction would be 2 over 1. So we get rise 2, and we run 1 from that point, right? Up 2 over 1. Positive 2 along my y, and positive 1 along my x. Again, as long as they go in the same direction, you're going to have a positive slope. All right, y equals 2x, and it's a good one for us too. In this case, our b is 0, right? There's no constant here. There's nothing to add or subtract. So our b is, this thing, get out of my way. Get out of my way. There we go. Our b is 0, and then we would use our slope from there, which is 2, right? So I go up 2 over 1, and then repeat the same pattern. Up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, so on and so forth. All right, x plus 2. Again, our b, our constant, the number that's by itself, that tells us where we start on our y-axis. So we're going to start at positive 2, and our m, our slope, is 1. So I go up 1, over 1, positive 1, positive 1, positive 1, positive 1, from one point to the next. It's going to repeat the same pattern, the constant rate of change that we have with linear functions. All right. 4x plus 1, so our m is 4 and our b is 1. That's where we're going to start. Positive 1 on our y-axis. So again, we go up 4, 2, 3, 4 from that point and over 1. All right, so it's from the b is where we're going to use our m, our slope. We go up 1, 2, 3, 4, over 1. Up 1, 2, 3, 4, over 1, right? That's what our slope tells us right here. It's our coefficient, the number that is attached to x. Okay, here's a good one because this one doesn't fit, right? This one doesn't fit on our coordinate plane, which is fine. All we got to do is take one of these x values, plug it in, and then we're going to use our slope from there, okay? So now I know which one I would use. I would pick 10. If x is 10, right? If x is 10, negative 3 times 10 is negative 30 plus 30, which is 0. So that'd be 10, 0. Now our slope is negative 3, right? Our slope is negative 3, which means we go minus 3, we go down 3 and over 1. Or we can go the opposite way, which means we can go plus 3, 2, 3 over 1. Okay? Negative slopes always go in different directions because they're going to have different signs. One will be positive, one will be negative. Positive slopes, positive m values, will always go in the same direction, right? Whether it's positive and positive or negative and negative, because a negative divided by a negative is still a positive. Y equals 5x. Our b is 0. Our m is 5. So we go up 5 over 1. Up 5 over 1, right? When x is 2, 5 times 2, our y is 10, because the ordered pair of 2, 10. Good, x plus 1, we start at positive 1, and our m is also 1. So again, a lot of people think the m is 0 when they can't see it like that, but the m is 1. There's an invisible 1 as our coefficient, up 1 over 1. And again, I don't care what you pick. Say x is 5, right? What's 5 plus 1? 6. All right, good. Here we go, a fraction. I like it. So we have a b of 10. So my first point is going to go right there. My m is negative 1/2. It's a negative slope. Again, we want it to be a fraction. It's already a fraction. That's good, right? I'm going to go negative 1 on my y, changing y over the change in x, and then positive 2 on my x. Minus 1 plus 2. Minus 1, I go down 1 on my y. So when my y is a positive, a plus, I would go up. When my y is a negative, you would go down. And the same is true with our x values. If our x values are positive, you go to the right that many. If our x values are negative, you go to the left that many. All right? So minus 1 over 2 minus 1 plus 2. Now, we can also go the other way. And this is what I mean. From one point to the next, it's going to repeat the same pattern. It's going to be along the same line. So we can also go plus 1 if we go negative 2. So 1 will be positive, 1 will be negative when it is a negative slope. X plus 6, I go to 6, I go up 1, over 1, up 1, over 1, plus 1, plus 1. All right, good. Now we got a whole coordinate plane with our 4 quadrants. Same idea. We start at positive 7. We go up 1 over 1, right? Our slope's 1. And that gives you everything you need right there. All right, you just got to have 2 points for these. Now, here's a good one. All right, in this situation, our y is negative 10. All right, so then my b is negative 10. That's my constant. Now, weird enough, our slope in this case is 0 because 0 times any number is 0. So no matter what x is, our y will always be negative 10. So it's just a straight line. Your y is negative 10. No matter what x is, your y will always be negative 10, right? Because 0 times any number is 0, and then minus 10 would be negative 10. Another good one. 1/3 x minus 9. We go to negative 9. That's our b, right? Negative 9 is our b, not just 9, negative 9. Always take the operation in front of it with it. And then our slope is 1/3. So I go up 1 over 1, 2, 3. Up 1 over 1, 2, 3. Plus 1 along our y, plus 1, 2, 3 along our x. Okay, change in y divided by the change in x. Last one here. X minus 8, we start at negative 8. Now this is a, again, positive 1 slope, up 1 over 1. Okay, there we go.